920 Mastermind, day 15 of 21, Inner Wealth and Total Transformation. Today's topic, I love this topic, the soul train of your life and success. Just imagine your soul train loaded with health, loaded with happiness, loaded with wisdom, loaded with wealth, loaded with all kind of gifts for you, because that's what it truly contains. Your soul train was placed down here on earth to run on a certain track, different for every single one of us, different thumbprint, different DNA, and different soul. And the source of that soul train is directing you and guiding you in a very perfect manner. And this whole idea of the 21-day journey with Wisdomology, time and wisdom, that when you got your train got delivered, puts you on a certain track, each station you've come to, you were sent there for one reason, and that is to transform all things within that certain station you arrived at. But so many times we got transformed in a wrong way. We came here as soul trains to run on a track, stop at all the different stations, and change all things in that station and to be changed by none of them. So let's get into today's lesson. And this is week 3. This is exciting. 6 more days. And this is all about rising, succeeding, celebrating, and eternalization and the power of that. And then today's lesson, sanity of soul, sanity of success, and sanity of salvation, actually throughout the week, this is the emphasis. Sanity of soul. My soul is my mind, my will, and emotions. Go back to lesson 10. And how do I bring sanity to that? How do I bring power to that? How do I get that to where it's changing all things and nothing's changing my soul? And then sanity of success. How do I get it? What do I do when I get it? Why am I not getting it? I got it now, but why is the satisfaction of is not there? What is the sanity of the success? And then sanity of salvation. How do I save myself from aggravations, from stress, from setbacks? How do I save myself from being in a station of life and letting it affect me instead of me changing it, letting it change me instead of me changing it? We are here to change all things and to be changed by nothing. And when you look at Twisdomology, go to defalco.com, look up at the top of the tab, Twisdomology. It talks about it's all about the dance of life. It's all about learning new dance steps. May not understand the music that's playing at the certain station of life that your soul train's parked at right now, but you should be learning new dance steps every day of your life, learning new dance steps. So this is all about transcending the limitations of psychology, theology, and ideology. That's what Twisdomology is all about. Just embracing time, taking the wisdom from all three of those things, and then getting rid of the stuff that doesn't serve you, and then taking it, embracing it all. And wherever your train is, whatever station you're at, is saying, okay, I'm here to change this and not be changed by any of it. And how do I do that? And today, all about guarding, gaining your soul to gain the world. Gaining your soul to gain the world, not gaining the world and losing your soul. How many of us are in business where the businesses run us and instead of us running the business? That's because the soul train wasn't operating properly. Look at lesson 10 again, the mind, the will, and the emotions. So look at that lesson. It's very powerful if you missed it. Get your soul trained. Look at lesson 10, running loaded with lots of toys, which is sent here with it was sent with all these toys in it. It's just it's buried underneath a bunch of other cargo that was thrown on top of us at these different stations in our lives. And some of it real negative, some of it's just ideology or belief systems that were thrown at our train or given on, and we're carrying all the stuff around. We got to unload all that and get down to where it's loaded with these toys: peace, purpose, transformation, fulfillment, fun, happiness, health, wisdom, wealth. Your train is loaded. It's loaded, my friends. Just throw off all that cargo that other people put on your train. That's what all these days of transformation has been about, getting how to get rid of all that. And it's also about planning and pursuing material success on purpose, with a purpose and a plan. So many people are surprised by success. You don't want to be surprised by success. It should be expected. But it starts with the planning. You do not plan, then you plan to fail. You plan that your soul train is not going to run properly. Or if you don't have the right plan, when you stop at a certain station, guess what? Someone else is going to give you their plan. And you're going to be, misfueled. Your train is not going to have the proper fuel. It's got to be all about your plan and pursuing material success on purpose, with a purpose, and a plan, and not to be surprised by success, but expecting it and managing it. So many times people are surprised by success, and we read all the stories when people gain success unexpectedly, is that they misuse it. And what happened? Because of their inner values, they don't know how to manage it. So this is all about searching for success, not significance in your work and pursuits. See, the soul train to run properly and to change all things and be changed by nothing, we've got to search for success, not significance in our work and pursuits. Make life all about value, not validation. And our soul trains are so buried with stuff, we feel like we don't have the significance, or that, we don't have the value or validation, and we're looking for validation more than success. And the success comes all from the value that you deliver. All for bigger cause, not a cure to the am I good enough curse. What can I give, not get? What can I do for you, life, today? What can I do for you today, life? What can I do for you today, God? What can I do for you today, my neighbor? What can I do for you today, my customer? So, all for bigger cause, not a cure to the am I good enough curse. What can I give, not get? I've worked with salespeople all my life and sales teams and building sales organizations. And as soon as I hear salesmen say, "Oh, they love me," well, I know that they've got to really think about that, because they're looking for validation. You don't need people to love you. You need them to value what you're delivering to them. And that's what real true success is all about. So true fulfillment comes from aligning your profession or work and success and failures with your soul's purpose. That no matter what's going on, that you're always taking wisdom, time and wisdom, and you're saying, okay, how can I align it? With my soul's purpose, my train's purpose. I'm supposed to be going to all these stations throughout my life, and I'm to change all things and be changed by nothing. How can I do that? Now, this works so well into the 920 Miracles community, which is for those that are seeking the spiritual side of success and spirituality, and it's wisdom from A Course in Miracles and all the top 10 read acclaimed sacred books. Watch how this all works out throughout these sacred books. Of Course in Miracles, this lesson this morning was, I love you, Father. I love your Son, which is yourself. You being the Son of God. And that's masculine. I mean, that's not masculine, that's male, female. My gratitude permits my love to be accepted without fear. And thus am I restored to my reality at last. What's my reality? I'm a soul train. I came from love. I'm going back to love. I came from peace. I'm going back to peace. My train just was sent here to unload all that love, peace, and goodwill on earth while here. Go and stop at all the stations of earth and unload my train of love, goodwill. But what happened? We got loaded with belief systems that bog us down. We got loaded with ideology. We got loaded with psychology. We got loaded with theology. We got loaded with all these things that confuse our natural soul. And that's why I say it's all about eternalization, realizing that we are eternal beings, just having a human experience, driving this train through 73 and a half average years that we spend on earth. All that intruded on my holy sight, forgiveness takes away. Yeah, 2 days ago, I was all about forgiveness, the lesson. And I draw near the end of senseless journeys, mad careers, and artificial values. See, I said it's all about values. I accept instead what God establishes as mine. Folks, you got a highest professional calling, you got a highest spiritual calling, you have a highest family calling. I accept instead what God establishes as mine, sure that in that alone I will be saved. See, sanity of salvation. Uh, that it's all about purpose, right? Sure that I go through fear to meet love. This is what the train's supposed to do. It's supposed to be going down the track and breaking through all fears, not fearing the fog on the tracks, not fearing that anything. But because the track makers got the track in good shape, but my job is just to keep driving the train down, stop at these stations and change all things and be changed by nothing. Father, I come to you today because I would not follow any way but yours. You are beside me. Certain is your way. And I am grateful for your holy gifts of certain sanctuary and escape from everything that would obscure my love for God, my Father, and His Holy Son. Now, if you're more comfortable saying, my love for Source, my love for divine wisdom, my love for the universe, whatever you're more comfortable with, God is big enough to embrace it all. Here's the 10 sacred books, the 10 acclaimed sacred books, and how this works out. And so we know and rely on the love God has for us. What do we rely on? On the love God has for us. God is love. So if we came from love, what are we? We came from love, we're going back to love. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in them. Look, here's another one. But those who believe are stronger in love for Allah. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. And then another one of the verses says, and your neighbor as yourself. Look at this one here. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. You see the love all arranged in all these books? The books are not the problem. It's the followers of the books. It's the ones that follow have the most problem and misinterpret them and miss this whole idea that it's all about love. Conquer the angry one by not getting angry. Conquer the wicked by goodness. Conquer the stingy by generosity. And the liar by speaking the truth. I have three treasures. Guard and keep them. The first is deep love. The second is frugality. And the third is not to dare be ahead of the world. I like that, not to be ahead of the world. Because of deep love, one is courageous. I love this. This is really dancing with time and wisdom. Oh, my mind, love the Lord as the lotus loves the water. Tossed about by the waves, it still blossoms with love. With outstretched hands, I pray to thee, O Mazda. I seek with true love the divine wisdom so that I may live in accordance with truth and righteousness. O Son of Man, I love thy creation, hence I created thee. Wherefore do thou love me, that I may name thy name and fill thy soul with the spirit of life? The hidden words, okay? Uh, but charity is the pure love of Christ, and it endureth forever. And whoso is found possessed of it at the last day, it shall be well with him. All the books, it's amazing how they balance out when you start bringing in the topics of love and wisdom and direction and guidance for life. So, and whatever you're most comfortable with, that's your soul. Those souls are like thumbprints and like our DNA. We all need certain things to be awake, to make sure our train is healthy, our soul. Our mind, our will, and our emotions, right? Our mind, will, and emotions, which is our soul made up of, is that they're all in sync and that taking time and wisdom and just learning new dance steps every hour of every day. That's when it's fun, folks. That's when that train is just loaded with all those gifts. Enjoy your train. It's loaded with gifts. Uncover all the bad baggage that other people that you're carrying around other people's baggage. And the lessons before this had a lot to do with that. So go back and watch them. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for connecting. By the way, go to defalco.com. If you really want your train to be healthy, you've got to understand the baggage that you're carrying. And this habit finders is free. It's totally free. It's a 15-minute investment, and it's going to give you back a 44-page report on your habits of thoughts that you're carrying around. And most of those habits of thought either come from others or it comes from your experiences that you've never really balanced out. And when you see what you get back in this 44-page report, it's going to astound you. Um, it's the greatest personal development tool that I've seen in 50 years. So go ahead and take advantage of that and get that soul train just going into these stations of life, changing all things and being changed by nothing. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Bye bye.